An old grandfather, whose grandson came to him with anger at a schoolmate who had done him some injustice, said, "Let me tell you a story. I too at times have felt a great hate for those who have taken so much, with no sorrow for what they do. But hate wears you down and does not hurt your enemy. It is like taking poison and wishing your enemy would die. I have struggled with these feelings many times." The grandfather continued, "It's as if there are two wolves inside me. One is good and does no harm. He lives in harmony with all around him and does not take offense when no offense was intended. He will only fight when it is right to do so and in the right way. But the other wolf, he is full of anger. The littlest thing will set him into a fit of temper. He fights everyone all the time for no reason. He cannot think because his anger and hate are so great. It is hard to live with these two wolves inside me, for both of them try to dominate my spirit." The boy, captivated at this point, looked intently at his grandfather's eyes and asked, "Which one wins, grandfather?" The grandfather solemnly said, "The one I feed." We are what we eat, and by spending so much time consuming painful, horrific, vitriol-filled content, we are only exacerbating the amount of pain, horror, and vitriol we feel and manifest in the world. While there is much pain and suffering currently being endured across the globe, it is vital that we combat this by focusing on and building upon the incredible stories and progress being made across the globe by social innovators of all stripes. And this is what this podcast is all about. Welcome to Onwrd, and thank you for joining me today on this inaugural podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Weinsweg. Today you will just be hearing from me, but on all future episodes I'll be bringing on an expert, a brilliant mind, an inspiring speaker to help me explore the field of social innovation in the industry they operate within. And before we bring anyone on, I just want to take the time to explain what this podcast is about, provide some context, and talk more about the journey that Onwrd will go on with you, our listeners. Before I go any further, let me be clear what I mean when I say social innovation. I'm defining social innovation as the strategies, ideas, and actions that are being taken to solve a social need. This is a broad, overarching term that can be applied to almost every vertical: education, healthcare, data security, sports, zoning, arts and entertainment, public safety, and beyond. Essentially, it is any work that is being conducted to strengthen and support a more healthy, civil society. Now, while there is much to celebrate in the broad field of social innovation, like the incredible reduction of poverty across the world, the access to clean water by a size of the population that has never been seen before, the communications infrastructure and economic empowerment that has swept like wildfire across the globe in the last 50 years, there's still a lot of work to be done. And unfortunately, we are all reminded of those needs daily through the mass media playing to our innate negativity bias. Social innovation is important to the healthy progression of society, and in my 30-plus years on this planet, it's social innovation and innovators who have motivated and inspired my work. I've had the honor of working in and with social-minded industries my entire career. I've been a part of social innovations in everything from electoral politics to food system social platforms to healthcare record digitization to philanthropies to data security and beyond. Over the years, I've learned, witnessed, and experienced so much, but more importantly, I've developed incredible relationships and have been inspired by the brightest minds working on the front lines of social innovation. Why are you starting a podcast, you might ask? There's already so much damn content out there for us to consume. Did you know that 90% of the data in the world today has been created in the last 2 years alone? Our current output of data is roughly 2.5 quintillion bytes a day. On average, the US alone spits out 2.7 gigabytes of data every minute. There is so much content, and our lives are becoming busier and busier. With the increasing efficiencies that the internet has provided, so comes with it an increase in the demand for our output. As our lives become busier, videos and blogs are becoming harder to consume. They're attention and time intensive, and these are two resources we have less and less of. So, I'm betting on audio as the next big medium. Audio is convenient, it is passive, it is on demand. Audio is inexpensive to consume and distribute, and frankly, I'm having a lot of fun learning about audio engineering too. I've always been someone who is fascinated by trends and innovations, and if I zoom out, it's becoming clear that voice is the next big thing. Voice in the broad sense of the word, not just podcasts, but also how we interface with our technologies. If you look at the analytics, it'll show that text-based search is in great decline while voice-based search races forward. Now take a moment and think about the last thing you searched for. How did you interact with it? I know for me, it was talking to my phone, and I know for my brother, it was probably talking to his Alexa. Okay, Google, what time's my next meeting? Or, in the case of the other Weinsweg household, Alexa, add butter to the shopping list. So that's the technical reason why, but there's a far more important reason that has to do with my critique of our societal obsession with technology. When it comes to innovation, so much focus is on technology, yet people are innovating in every sector right now. People and teams are re-envisioning everything from education to arts and entertainment to housing to infrastructure and far beyond. Over the years, I've invested in and had the honor of being connected with a wide range of incredible social innovators. And this podcast aims to shine a light on the people who are working hard to improve society through their innovative efforts, in hopes of further inspiring, supporting, and promoting social innovation. Look around. There's an explosion of creativity going on. In the techno verbiage, it is hacking. It's tinkering with existing things to get them to work better. People in every realm are hacking language, relationships, organizational structure, business strategies, waste streams, borders, financial systems. Everything is being hacked. And it's very, quote-unquote, disruptive, but it's exciting and inspiring. And the thing is, most of these hackers know nothing about code. They're caring people who are fixing real-world problems by applying hacker ethos to the problems they see, and in the process uncovering new possibilities for humankind. By uncovering, re-examining assumptions, exploring unproductive patterns, asking why it is so and how it could be better, these social innovators and social hackers are making big waves and improvements in our global society. Some might call these waves disruption, or destruction, or creative evolution. Whatever label you slap on this pattern, one thing it's for sure. It is fascinating and a deep well of hope for a better future. So what's up with the name? Let me take a minute and explain. First, if you've received an email from me in the last 10 years, it's highly likely that the closing salutation was Onward. To me, Onward is a combination of the directions forward and upward, and also includes a relation to an entity, an individual or organization's growth for the better of all stakeholders. Onward is about positive, healthy progress. Onward, without the A, is an internetized version of Onward, like Flickr, another successful digital media venture. I can dream, can't I? Through this podcast, I hope to grow the ideas, perspectives, and connections between my listeners, myself, and my interviewees, all for the improvement of our shared social fabric. To learn more about social innovation and get inspired, I suggest reading some of the following. David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. Conscious Business, How to Build Value Through Values by Fred Kaufman. And Rework by Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansen. Next week on Onward, We will be exploring the innovations and innovators behind the blockchain revolution. I will be joined by David Siegel, a thought leader in the space and the brainchild behind the Pillar project. Pillar is a revolutionary decentralized application that is changing the way that us humans interface with data online. Through our conversation, we will learn more about how Pillar, a decentralized organization, operates, in addition to exploring the opportunities, challenges, and trends in the burgeoning and exciting blockchain industry. I'd like to give a big thanks to my sponsor, Jay Lately, for providing the music for Onwrd. Jay Lately is a hip-hop artist who's been pursuing his dreams since the age of 16. He's been inspiring people with his work, with his words, and with his beats, all while juggling jobs that improve the lives of youth in Oakland. If you like good music and want to support independent artists, please go check out soundcloud.com/justlately. For more information or to submit questions or suggestions for the Onwrd Podcast, please visit dweinzveg.com/Onwrd. ONWRD. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to our next conversation soon. In the meantime, keep feeding the good wolf and doing the great work.